Sure.
I mean, I
Typical normal baby.
I mean, not like, playing
I know.
Chopin, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Only
Go
just,
ahead.
I was making time with piano, so I really loved it. And then my family saw that, I really was going so much to the piano, and then they
Hmm.
started me to private lessons. And then it got 4 years maybe I worked by private at house, and then pianos had to be tuned once of 6 months. So there was
Hmm.
a professor came for tuning, and he said, "Yeah, you're talented. You have to go to conservatorium." And that one, it was like secondary half school after school. My normal school, I was going there 2 or 3 times in a week.
Hmm.
And then I started in Mimar Sinan Güzel in college. Then,
Hmm.
this is so interesting. When you go there, maybe you can pick you, like, for example, a flute. You can play a flute or a drum. Like, they look to your hands, they look to your body, and then, oh, you play this. I was like just playing piano, so I was a bit terrified. And also, you don't pick teachers, teachers pick you. So I met
Hmm.
my dear teacher, Professor Burcaklı Şurgun. I'm, by the way, here I'm telling her my thanks. She really improved me a lot.
Sure, of
And
course.
then now, yeah, now I'm reading conservatorium. I'm studying in Mimar Sinan.
Right. So, what age exactly was that when you arrived at this conservatory?
It was like 8 or 7 years old. I'm,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
that's another thing, yeah. With 7 or 8 years old to be admitted into a conservatory, that is really quite a feat. So you had a really good start, and this is something that well, a lot of musicians are not so fortunate to have gone through. Some of them start either they start quite late, or maybe they discover the talent late, or they discover the talent early but somehow went through the wrong channels. Maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
bad teachers, or just didn't have enough opportunities and all that. So you can say that, everything went smoothly for you, and you got to optimize your talent to its full potential. So
Yes.
that is extremely perfect. That is really, really perfect. Okay, so which brings me to the next question. I mean, since you
Before
have
that,
come such. Oh, yes,
I can
right, of course.
translate if you want.
Go ahead.
Yes, benim müziğe nasıl başladım diye sordu sevgili öğretmenim Şançu. Ben 4 yaşında piyano eğitimine başladım ama annem ben doğmadan önce bir piyanosu vardı, hobi olarak çalıyordu. Ve ben doğduğum zaman çok küçük yaşlarda hep böyle piyanoya çok büyük bir ilgim vardı. Ve beni de ailem bu ilgimi görünce özel derslere başlattı. Ve piyanoların, yani ben bu özel dersle 4 yıl falan devam ettim. Ve bildiğiniz üzere piyanoların biraz akord edilmesi gerekiyor 6 ayda bir. Ve hani akor çok iyi bir profesör gelip akord etti ve benim konservatuvara başlamam gerektiğini söyledi. Ve böyle de benim konservatuvar yolculuğum açıldı. Okay.
Great. Okay, so someone just asked, Sean, where do you live? I'm in Berlin, Germany.
Yes.
Okay, so second question is, since you have come so far on your in your musical journey, what would you say your biggest challenges are so far? I mean, it's a broad question, but your biggest challenges, and maybe also what are your personal expectations you have from yourself?
Okay. The biggest challenges are, first of all, in October, I had a concert in Adana. That's my first concert with orchestra. So it was I was super excited, I was thinking that I should leave the stage before the concert. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So, but it was a really awesome concert. I
I'm
just
sure it
wanted
was.
to never end. It was just a fantastic experience for me. But the first are always, it's a bit exciting. It's a bit
Of course.
challenging, of course. And also, my first competition was, I was so excited. And also my last competition in Spain, I have a memory. If you want, I can tell you a bit.
Of course. Go ahead.
When the results were, telling the first prize, the second prize, I was so excited because the competition was so nice. It was so good. And
I'm
then,
sure you were also nervous, yeah? Excited, but also nervous, yeah? You never know with these things, right?
Yes, of course. And then they you got the first prize. I was so happy, and then I got the stage, take my prize, and I go back to my family to see other categories. And then when this competition prize shown, let me say, finished, they called me again. I was like, what? I got my prize. And they
They're
were
like, sorry, we made a change of heart. I think we're not so sure anymore. Oops, give it back.
They were speaking Spanish, and then they say, come here, come here. And then I came. I was like, what's going on? I was like so shocked. And then they said, you got the musicality prize for all the categories. I was like, oh my God, I was like so excited and so happy. So this was a really shocking and a fantastic memory.
Of course, a very, very good memory to keep, definitely. Yeah, the first experience, the first new experience is really, really something that's memorable. Of course, if it goes well. Well, if it doesn't go well, it's still going to be memorable and you will still learn from it, of course, yeah, good and bad. We can never have only good, yeah, in our music career. Music is something that's very subjective. Someone was asking here on Instagram how we met. I think he or she came a little bit late. So basically, we met 1 year before in a masterclass which I teach at the Mozarteum University, Salzburg, Austria. And she came to the masterclass. It's a masterclass for young talents, and she was definitely qualified to be one of them. And she came, we met there, and then we continued working after that. So yeah, that's how it was.
Also, my personal expectations are, first of all, in this coronavirus time, I'm working so much harder, and this is my expectation. And I'm learning lots of pieces than normal. For example, I started Mendelssohn Opus 14, Roma, and now, I practice a lot, and I want to practice more. And also, I had concerts, but in Corona it's cancelled, and it's going to be a year later. It was in Izmir and in Bodrum with, my lovely teacher Gülsün Onay.
Yes.
She's a very nice pianist in Turkey. And we were going to have a concert, but it's now in.
No, she's wonderful. She was one of the jury members of the Istanbul competition. So I first met her when I won that in 2017.
She's awesome. She's a very good-hearted person.
Yes.
And also, this year is a Beethoven year. I made the Beethoven concerto, and I hope I will.
All of them? All 5?
I'm ready to play it, and I think I'm just going to play a year later when this coronavirus time ends.
Yeah, of course. And that's something you can definitely look forward to. It's nice that you already have events lining up for you when the coronavirus has ended. It's the same situation for me now. So everything's been cancelled at the moment. But I have even some events that's all the way in 2022, which I guess they're trying to play safe where there's really no corona, hopefully, by then. So yeah, that's great. You want to translate again?
Yes, I'm going to translate.
Go ahead.
Öncelikle kendi kişisel beklentilerimi sordu Shaun öğretmenim. Benim öncelikle kişisel beklentilerim parçalar geliştirmek, böyle daha çok çalışmak ve aynı zamanda benim Nisan ayında konserlerim olacaktı. Sevgili öğretmenim Gülsün Onay'la beraber o koronavirüs dönemi yüzünden ileri bir tarih ertelendi. Onları gerçekleştirmek benim beklentilerim ve aynı zamanda en büyük zorluk ne diye sordular ve ben dedim öncelikle Ekim ayında Adana Çukurova Devlet Senfoni Orkestrası'nda orkestrayla bir konser gerçekleştirdim. O çok heyecanlıydı ve böyle konser öncesi kaçmak istemiştim. Yani bayağı bir heyecanlandığım bir konserdi. Aynı zamanda İlk yarışmalarım da öyleydi. Ve son yarışmamla ilgili bir tane anım var. Onu çok kısaca bahsetmek istiyorum. Sonuçlar açıkladığı zaman işte beni birinci dediler ve ben çok heyecanlanmıştım ve çok sevinmiştim. Sonra diğer kategorileri izlemek için ailemin yanına gittim. Ve beni tekrar çağırdılar. Ama İspanyolcaydı ve anlamadım ve çok şaşırmıştım. Ve dediler işte İlyon hadi gel dediler ve bana tüm kategoriler arasında müzikalite ödülü vermişlerdi. O da benim için unutulmaz bir anıydı. Yes.
Okay, very good. So just a couple more questions and then we are done from your part. So the next one I have is that since you have had the opportunity to work with so many good teachers and who contributed, no doubt, to your musical growth, of course, I have to ask. If you feel about how you find the advantages and disadvantages of having so much input from probably quite contrasting feedback as well, because as I mentioned earlier, music is very subjective, which means that nobody should actually really come to the conclusion and say that this is better than that. But there are many ways to interpret any given passage, and from the tempi, the dynamics, basic stuff, to really the finest nuances of the sound. Yeah. So how do you deal with it, basically? Yeah. Or what advice do you give? Would you give actually because we all been through it, right? Or still are going through it. What would you say?
Okay, I worked lots of teachers in lots of cities, with in Mozarteum Professor Gering Kleiner, also in Mozarteum Andres Weber, Professor Andres Weber, and our lovely pianist, my dear teacher Gülsün Olar, and also there is a wonderful teacher in Mozarteum also, but now he's banned.
I was wondering who that was.
Yeah. Also, you really improved me, and thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Advantages are, let me say, you learn so quality things, and you improve yourself so fastly, more than only practicing. You really
of course
yourself so much, and you can see, you can taste, and you can, it's, I think, a great opportunity. But what disadvantages, and there's not such a disadvantage, but when there's so much everywhere, it makes some confusing times actually. So this is a little bit disadvantage. Also, I want to tell you something about my meet with Professor Gering Kleiner in Mozarteum. This is unbelievable, actually. We were there for, summer academy. We were just going to talk, when is it, like, how, and then we talked with a secretary, and then we said, can we make a master class with some teachers right now? And the secretary said, this is a government school. You have to be the student of them, so you can't. I'm so sorry. Goodbye. And we were like, okay. And then me and my father...
But never give up.
Yeah. Me and my father were like thieves, or police officers. When I see someone, we hide. When we see the secretary, we just go and we were hidden. And then we...
Are you sure you should continue saying this on live Instagram? Go ahead.
We wait 1 hour or something, and then suddenly a door opened, and we were like Tom and Jerry. We catch the door, and they go in, and then there was Professor Gering Kleiner teacher, and he did what are you talking about? And before Mozarteum, when we came for our skiing holiday, we were in Fat Creek. There was a and there was a very nice teacher, Yunus Kaya teacher, and he is Turkish, and he's a very nice pianist. And then we had a master class with him, and we asked, can you help us a bit in Mozarteum? We are going to go there. He said, yeah, of course. But he forgot to say it when he called Gering Kleiner teacher, and he remembers my, Ion is a bit different name, so he remembered my name, and he just go to computer and wrote word coincidence. And then, it's a big miracle, he said, that the time that you hold the door and wait so much, and all in the rooms, only that room, only that professor, and, that time, I think it's a miracle. So I just want to say, if you have a goal, just don't stop. I mean,
definitely. Someone actually wrote that Ilun is the last person to stop. That is funny. But yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. One has to have a lot of patience, perseverance, and sometimes one has to actually suffer in order to get what he or she wants. And especially if it's a dream like music, which pretty much never ends, right? So
by
you
the
have to keep it doing.
way, my lovely teacher Gusname is here in Liv. So thank you for coming.
Hello. Great to see you here. You were doing a live video yourself before. I saw it. Great that you could come join us.
Okay. I'm translating it to Turkish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Soru şuydu, hani birçok yerde master class'lar aldım. Bunların avantajları ve dezavantajları neler sorusuydu. Ve işte birçok yerlerde, şehirlerde master class'lar aldım. Ve avantajları, kendinizi çok güzel geliştirebiliyorsunuz. Ve hani yani kendin çalışmak dışında da bayağı bir etkisi oluyor. Dezavantajı ise aslında bence çok büyük bir dezavantajı yok. Çok fazla öğretmen olduğu zaman hani böyle biraz kafa karışıklığı olabiliyor, sadece bu. Ve ben Mozarteum'dan Profesör Gary Kleiner, çok değerli öğretmenim Profesör Choo ile beraber, sonra Mozarteum'dan yine Andres Weber ve sevgili öğretmenim, Türkiye'nin değerli piyanisti Gülsün Hanım'la da beraber masterclass'lerim oldu. Mozarteum'da Profesör Gary Kleiner hocamla bir anım vardı. Kısaca sizlerle bahsedeyim. Biz Mozarteum'a işte yaz kampı için geldiğimiz zaman sekretere gittik ve dedik şu an bir masterclass alma şansımız yok mu? Burası bir devlet okulu. Öğrenci olmanız lazım. O yüzden maalesef olamaz dedi. Biz de babamla öyle hırsızlar gibi böyle bekledik. Sekreter geliyor, hemen saklanalım şeklinde ve yaklaşık bir saat bekledikten sonra aniden bir kapı açıldı. Biz o kapının içine böyle Tom ve Jerry gibi hemen tuttuk, böyle girdik. Mozarteum'dan önce kış, yani kayak tatili için Pertkirch'e gitmiştik. Orada sevgili öğretmenim Yunus Karaca ile beraber masterclass yapmıştım. Yani Mozarteum'dan da bir masterclass hani imkanımız var mı dedik ve olur dedi, ben hallederim dedi. Meğersem Yunus Karaca Kleiner hocayı sevmiş ama bize konserlerinden dolayı söylemeyi unutmuş. Kleiner Hoca bilgisayara gidip böyle çok güzel bir kelime öğretti. Yani tesadüf, tevafuk kelimesi. Ve dedi ki sizin o anda o kapıyı tutup girmeniz ve onca odanın içinden benim odamın olması ve o saatte derste olmam gerçekten çok büyük bir mucize. Ve böyle de Kleiner Hoca'yla hala aktif bir şekilde devam ediyoruz. Ve son olarak şunu söylemek istiyorum. Bir hedefiniz varsa yani kesinlikle peşini bırakmayın. Okay.
Okay, so last question for you then. Well, we're on the topic also of this Corona situation, which you talked about before. I also heard that you did write a piece, actually, right?
Yes.
Hope for Future, I believe it's called. Yeah, we want to give us a little overview about that, inspiration-wise.
Okay. This Hope for Future pieces, I really got emotional by two situations. First is, this coronavirus time, because, people are dying and there are lots of problems. So I hope that we should have a good future. So the name.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah, and also our lovely pianist, my dear teacher, Gülsün Onay, is making concerts, online concerts, once a week. So that really affects me so much, and so that's why I made this. I wrote this piece, and let me tell you about the piece in the beginning. And it starts really scary. I think it starts like the beginning of the coronavirus, the most dangerous part, and then it got like softer and softer, and then it finishes like, you know, hope, and the piece is minor, but it's finished by major. So it's a kind of piece that I wrote.
No, that's nice. That is very nice. So last but not least, what is the next big step in your
The
yeah?
next step, before I say that, I can translate if you want.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Şimdi ben Hope for Future, Geleceğe Ümit adlı bir besteledim. Bundan iki şekilde ilham kaynağı aldım. İlki bu koronavirüs dönemleri. İkincisi ise Gülsün Hanım, sevgili öğretmenim. Bu zamanlarda seviyorum çok right now.
Yeah.
So my next big step is when I age of university, I want to read university outside of the country. So there are four cities. One is Salzburg Mozart University, London Royal Academy University, and Vienna University, and last for Berlin University. You're in Berlin. And I just wanna go there and, you know, live like have experiences there, and, you know, taste, feel like. Have some good experiences, and then what is my style? I just wanna go there for university. So this is my next big step. But actually my dream is after university life, after when I started with real pianistry, I just wanna be really a good level in classical music, and also I just wanna make an orchestra and, you know, play world's music in each place. So that's the biggest dream.
Of course, and I definitely hope that you will succeed in that. You have all the tools, so continue on your journey, and it will be wonderful, I'm sure, for you, whatever it pans out. Yes, go ahead.
Bir sonraki hani büyük adımım, büyük hedefim ne? Benim bir sonraki büyük hedefim üniversite hayatım. Ben yurt dışında okumak istiyorum ve 4 tane şehir üzerinden düşünüyorum. Salzburg Mozart Üniversitesi, Londra Royal Academy Üniversitesi, Viyana ve Berlin Üniversitesi. Ama hani gitmeden önce oraları bir görüp, tecrübe yapıp, bir oraları hissetmek, oralarda bir kısa bir süre yaşamak, böyle yani çok tecrübeler edinmek. Bunları ve hani hangisi benim tarzıma uyuyorsa orada inşallah bir eğitim görmek ve benim asıl istediğim hedef üniversite hayatı bittiği zaman, artık piyanist olmaya inşallah başladığım zaman bir orkestra kurup tüm dünya müziğini insanlara sunmak. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. So, Ilun, since I think Instagram Live is only up to an hour, now we have finished your part of it. So the next will be my turn to perform, and then I guess you